You know a card can be playable in Vintage when it's a 2 costing creature, so you can put it in your Lurrus deck. Okay, welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to an off-stream recording here. I wanted to take an opportunity to play a Master Opportunist and a couple other cards. So this is a new Human Monk from Tarkir. It's got this flurry. Whenever you cast a second spell each turn, copy it. You then exile the spell that you cast with that you copied with 4 time counters, and it has suspend, and it comes back in 4 turns. So you still get the spell that you played, but you also get it again in 4 turns. 4 turns is a lot of time, obviously, but it's a really cool, powerful blue card that is a creature that fits inside of Lurrus, so I wanted to give it a shot. There is another card with Flurry that I did not put in my video because I did not expect it to be seeing any play, and that is the Corey Steel Cutter. But it is seeing a lot of play in the younger format, so it's likely we'll try to put it in a video just to see how it fares in Vintage. I didn't really think Flurry would be a very good keyword for Vintage. Historically, this kind of keyword has not proven to be very strong. If you think back to things like Ledger Shredder, didn't really make the cut. It wasn't bad, per se. It was still a pretty serviceable card. It just wasn't a Vintage power level card. A lot of times these have to be uncapped, not only your second spell for them to be very strong. Think things like Young Pyromancer, or think things like Monastery Mentor. That being said, the Corey Steel Cutter has been putting up some really good work in other formats, so I'm going to try that at some point as well. One of the other cards we want to try today is Voice of Victory. This is a Grand Abolisher style card, but it's an easier to cast human, and it has some power back to it. So yeah, as a 1/3, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Whenever this creature attacks, create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior tokens. I'd really like to put this card in some kind of pseudo hybrid combo aggro deck, but I haven't really found the best combo for it. So instead, I'm going to try to put it together with at least some effects that kind of win the game on their own. For this, I'm going to do Skull Clamp. This is, I can sack the red warriors that I make off of my attacking Voice of Victory, drawing a bunch of cards, and hopefully winning the game that way. I'm going to combine that with a Johnny. It actually pairs pretty nicely with a Johnny because these 1/1s are red warriors. So if you had to flip a Johnny, you can actually get the extra damage from its 0 Planeswalker ability because you control a red permanent. So I actually like the synergy there between a Johnny and Voice of Victory. And then Voice of Victory, Taigam, and Lavinia are all humans, so we can actually get to run a Cavern of Souls here. If you play a Cavern of Souls on a Voice of Victory, it's going to make it harder for your opponent to interact with your things. The only problem I have with this idea is that I don't have enough things that my opponent is going to want to interact with on my turn to maybe warrant this card. I would love to have, like, I don't know, a Vault Key or a PO or something, but it just doesn't look like it fits in this current shell. The place I really envisioned Voice of Victory was actually like a Brian Kelly style deck, like a Lurrus Breach, has a bunch of creatures, but has like intuition for combo pieces. That's the kind of place where I actually thought Voice of Victory would be at its best. And I want to try this Taigam version first, and then we can come back to Voice of Victory. There aren't actually that many cards inside of Tarkir that are worth playing around. So I'm sure we'll come back and do some more Voice of Victory brews in the future. So yeah, this is basically a blue-white tempo control deck. Very Vintage style, very Lurrus control style, with your 5 strip mines, but you also have some spell lands here with Saga and Cavern and Archive. Might be a little bit heavy on the land side. We'll have to see. I am going to play the 4 Ponders. Try to smooth this out. And it's also the Ponders, I think, are probably the spell that's going to go the best with Taigam. Making it so you have like a Swords target in 4 turns is pretty hard to do. So we're going to try to see if we can't suspend, Ponders and Dig Through Times, Cruises, Lorians, Ancestrals. Those are the kind of cards I really want to maybe try to get a second helping of. I don't really know what I wanted in my sideboard, so I'm putting some of the best cards: 4 Containment Priest, 4 Null Rod, some Consign, some extra Graveyard Hate, a Seal of Cleansing, and an extra piece of Counterspell. Again, these are not usually the decks I like to play. I want something a little bit more Oops I Win, a little bit more high power. But I think it'd be a fun little excursion for the day. So I will see you in round 1. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC Trophy, Karn Altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, we got a cat here for our round 1 match. I go up against another cat, of course. My hand does not contain the blue land island, so I'm going to mulligan it. This one also doesn't contain a blue land island, but at least it has a sapphire. So this one's a keep. Another thing that comes up very often with these flurries, like Ledger Trader before it, it's very annoying in Vintage because if you go turn 1, land, mox this card, you can never trigger on the first turn, which I really, really dislike. Just a small thing. I think I'm going to get rid of negation considering our opponent is on Lurrus, though they could be on a combo Lurrus. I just think that it's very unlikely that we're going to cast 2 forces in this game. Okay, I see you, opponent, with the old 5 mana go. Island, or plains, yes, plains. Classic draw plains here is not ideal. I think what I would like to do is... I'm going to get this Taigam down now so that I can theoretically cast 2 spells next turn somehow. If they want to force it, that's fine. Oh, I guess I should have held the jet then. I was trying to play around days, but if I'd held the jet, I could have gone jet ponder next turn. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that was a mistake already. I mean, this is learning as we go, because I can't actually play 2 spells next turn. All I was thinking about was days. I don't know why I was thinking about days. Maybe I was just traumatized, but actually pretty costly. Actually, not being able to just trigger this Taigam. But hey. Sometimes I'm bad. This is Lurrus, buy Lurrus, play Lurrus. I guess I don't have... I guess I did not consider that. Could have held open Flusterstorm. Yeah. So now they have Lurrus Lotus. I should be able to break away from this game pretty easily, though, if I draw, like, anything good. What if I draw swords? I have 4 swords in my deck. Vexing Bauble. Okay. Again, swords is incredible. I swords the Lurrus and I get 2 ponders, maybe. That works pretty well as well. Obviously, with this thing out, the suspend might not be as good, but... Alright, let's play a Voice of Victory and a ponder. Suspend my ponder and draw... None of these cards, I can tell you. None of these cards. I need to draw Swords to Plowshares. Could probably fit a Caracas in this deck too. No. If they want to block, I guess they would just lifelink on the way back. Yeah, okay. All right. We're going to look... I mean, I didn't get punished for my misplay, though I theoretically could have held open Flusterstorm, so I would have had Force backup, Flusterstorm backup for Force to counter Lurrus. That's a good draw off the top, Brainstorm. So, should I have done that? I probably should have. It's tough to not deploy, though. But I guess maybe what I could have done is just to play 1 Moxen. So on the next turn, I could have... They just brainstormed into Ancestral? Seems good. I can't believe that, but okay. Oh, the good news is if I draw Ancestral, it's uncounterable. Of course not. I mean, Wasteland is pretty useless here, but All right. I think I'm gonna die. My opponent drew Brainstorm Ancestral. I drew Wastelands. Not ideal. Thundertrap Trainer. I think we're gonna get outdrawn here with their card draw. I'm not even gonna get this like this Ponder will probably come off suspend in this game, but I'm not even gonna get to use it because there's a bobble. Yeah, no. Good try though. Oh, do you have PO? Yeah, I'm just like not doing as powerful a thing as my opponent, which is kind of the concern when you have these kind of decks. You need to tempo out, and if you don't tempo out, it doesn't work. That being said, obviously I could have played this game a lot differently. I could have not played Taigam on turn 1, and I could have then gone hold up Force Fluster. I just didn't really think I wanted to hold up Fluster after my opponent played 5 mana Go and didn't do anything, but certainly is not the end of the world. The thing is, like, if I play Taigam, and if I don't play Taigam, then I don't actually have the ability to like play the Ponder because I don't have a second island. I say rip a second island, it's fine, but yeah, there were definitely some choices I could have made differently though. I'm gonna bring in Null Rods and another Flusterstorm. Take out this Skull Clamp because I'm gonna bring in these Null Rods. I'm gonna take out this Plains because my mana base is not being attacked. I'm going to take out. I don't really like Daze against the full Moxen deck. Take out the Daze. And oh, I guess I'm gonna take out swords first. So let's take out 2 swords. I'd like to have some amount of swords so I can kill Lurrus, but I guess this deck really wants a recurring thing that kills a Lurrus that doesn't count as a swords. Like a Flames of Anor, or not, that was not recurring, but at least it's like card advantage if you don't do it, or Momentum Breaker or something like that. Probably wants that kind of effect somewhere in the 75. I'm gonna go back to 1 swords and have a Daze. I'd like to never really have to have swords, but if I need to have a sword, it's good to have it in my deck. I'm gonna draw a lot of cards, hopefully, but maybe I'm just not going to draw as many cards as a PO. That is a classic vintage conundrum where you try to brew a cool deck and you're just like severely outclassed by whatever the hell PO is doing. That being said, I have a very counter magic heavy hand here and a Saga, so maybe we can go Saga Gaming. Saga Gaming with 1 Saga has been very bad for me. It's just never really worked. To be fair, Saga Gaming with 4 Sagas also didn't really work. I always found the constructs to be pretty underwhelming compared to everything else about Saga. Searching for a Lotus, really. Searching for a Manifold Key. Those kind of things. Yeah, sometimes this constructs will steal a game, but most of the time it's like a waste of mana. This game, though, we don't have much else to do. We've got all this counter magic. We might as well present some constructs. Definitely not wastelanding yet. I need to make these constructs. We can play. I mean, we're backing these constructs up with an extra Mox, a turn early with counter magic and a wasteland. I'd hope it's good. If it's not good, then you might want to cut Saga from the deck. This is just going to exile my Mox Jet so that I can't make a second Saga token. I'll definitely fight over it. I have a Pyroblast. Yeah, I'll negate it. That's fine. I think my game plan revolves around it, so I might as well tempo it out, right? Though I don't really have much to fetch anymore here. Probably just gonna get a island so I can a sapphire so I can ponder. Negation and another ponder. And then we can get rid of the tundra. Yeah, that's probably acceptable. All right. We're on the beatdown. We're going to have another counter spell in a second. No, we're not on the beatdown anymore. They got their own saga. The question actually becomes... I got to buy Lurrus here. For sure, I have to buy Lurrus here. I don't have to buy Lurrus here, but like, what if they play... I guess if they play a dress down, they would have already played it. They don't really play dress down in that deck, though. Let's buy Lurrus. Looks like the sagas might be enough. But they can block one, so it's good to have a Lurrus going, though. I don't have nothing to get back with my Lurrus, to be fair. They're definitely not dead yet. Red. Days. This does let me ponder. Maybe I'm getting blasted again. Null Rod. Force Lavinia. I can't really play Null Rod. I think I'll just take... Lavinia, and then have it pitch to Force, then I can still draw Force. Seems fine. Maybe I'll just play Lavinia. So I can't get, like, Breach killed. I guess I still just get Breach killed. I can't get Breach killed with Force backup. It's also... I mean, yeah, I think Lavinia maybe just is more restrictive than playing a Lurrus here. They should have the Pyroblast. I don't know if dazing this is actually better. Is dazing this better than holding open negation? Because my opponent can still play Breach, blast the Lavinia, and get the Lotus off of the Saga. So I actually think it's fine. I think I just let that happen. If I were to daze that, I wouldn't actually have a blue card for negation. And then I think I can die to Breach here. Because they're not casting this first Lotus. They're just putting it into play. And then... Oh, they just got a Vexing Bauble? Oh, right. They don't have Breach in their deck. Yeah. They're PO, Justin. Yeah. All right. Monday morning. Classic. Would that have changed my plans? Yeah. I think the change of plans there would have been I would daze. So I think you're supposed to daze there then. Yeah. So they're not Breach, but they're PO. I actually think I might play a Seal of Cleansing. Just play no Lurrus answers? Is that crazy? Just don't let Lurrus resolve, I guess. Seems a little crazy. Who needs a source? Who needs? Not me. All right, I do want to have like a spell that's not a bad card to have that kills a Lurrus. I mean, maybe the answer is just play a Krakus, right? Maybe that's the answer. That could possibly be the answer. This hand is missing a Force, but I can't imagine putting it back. I'd be very happy with a Force in this hand. It's the kind of hand that gets overrun by trainers, though. It's kind of crazy that, like, you'll play a blue Esper Lurrus deck or whatever, and the the PO player has more card draw than you. But this isn't like a true PO deck, right? It's a... How do you say? It's a control... It's a more controlling PO deck. That's interesting. Let's take a peek at what they're working with here. Cheaty face a little bit here. Obviously, they're going to get a fresh new one. Demonic Swords Pyroblast PO. That is quite bad for you. Also, Sapphire is a completely unbelievable draw for me. I'm definitely still interested in Wastelanding. I'd like to protect... I guess I don't need to Wasteland. I should rather protect my Taigam. And then if I don't need to protect my Taigam, I can get a Sewers. Not Sewers, but Archive. Alright, so this island cycles for either a blue or a white or a black, I guess. Oh, they just went for the Archive. Interesting. Definitely going to get rid of their Archive, so... Blusterstorm. Seems good. It's not great, but it seems good enough. Wasteland this. I think we can get a Lurrus going. I'd like to get a Lurrus going first before I null rob myself out of this game. And they've already shown that they don't have any Moxen yet. So they'd have to rip like a Lotus right now. And if they draw like a land and they remove my Taigam, that's fine. Voice of Victory. Alright, I really don't want to give them Soul Ring mana, so I am just going to Null Rod. Alright, they're off it. I don't like the look of this matchup very much. I feel like we're not doing enough powerful things, but sometimes you just wasteland your opponent. They keep these bobble hands that don't actually make mana. I'm always very skeptical of the Mishra Bobble lifestyle. All right, we'll take the win, but not a great first look. All right, we're back for round 2. I missed this queue a little bit. It was a 20-minute queue. But we're back. We've got a cat. Opponent does not have a cat. We do not have a force or a wasteland. If my opponent had a cat, I would probably keep this hand, but like I can't imagine that this hand beats anything, right? So I think I need to be disciplined here and put this one back. Yeah. This isn't really better for what it's worth, but I am going to keep this one on 6. Chancellor of the Annex. All right, our last hand definitely would have lost to Chancellor of the Annex. Mox Pearl as well. Do you have Ancient Tomb? Oh boy. Archon, White Plume. I don't think we're beating White Plume here. We go Basic Island, Mox Pearl, pay for my Mox Pearl, and pass. I am going to have to draw some Swords to Plowshares and some creatures, and quickly. I'm probably just dead, though. I don't have extra removal in my board. It's something I considered. Like, do I want to play like a Path to Exile or something like that to go with my 4 main deck Swords to Plowshares? I chose not to, but it is something to consider. If they play a Seasoned Dungeoneer here, I will daze it. Oh, will I daze that? I mean, it's similar, right? I definitely need to find Swords of Plowshares off of this Ponder. Did not find Swords of Plowshares. I found Time Walk, Treasure Cruise. Is that enough? No. I think it has to be swords. I mean, at least it has to be a creature. Okay. All right. So say they have all lands in their hand, and I go to 5 here. Can I win? Probably not. This is just a lost die roll mostly. Because if we were on the play here, we get to pay for our pearl and then daze their first play. And then I think we're actually in a fine spot. But this is just a lost die roll, mono white initiative being mono white initiative. I just concede to that. I don't want to show them my hand. But I was so far behind. I just needed, needed more time. So I am worried that only 4 swords is not enough versus mono white, but 4 swords is what we're working with here. On the play, we have the option of doing consigns instead of things like force of negation. Don't really want null rods or anything like that. Spell pierce is fine. Mist up is okay if they bring swords. I think it's fine to keep in. We don't actually have a lot for mono white here, which is probably a mistake considering mono white is on the up and up in terms of play rate. It's not really winning more because of the Clarion Conqueror, but it is being played more. This hand has a classic Wasteland Pearl Lavinia in it. If this was a basic island, this hand would be incredible because it would just turn off all their Mox mana on turn 1. I don't think we can keep it. Here's a Taigam, a Skull Clamp. I mean, this hand is not very good either, but yeah, these hands have not looked good. Though, to be fair, the whole deck has not really looked good. I'm gonna get rid of the Skull Clamp because I think I want to have double force. Looks like a Chancellor, maybe? Oh, they're still mulliganing. No, they do have a Chancellor. They have double Chancellor. Great. Well, 2 Chancellors is a lot of Chancellors. Probably have to throw a negation into it. And a Mox. And a Lotus. I see. Alright, well, I will get rid of my Chancellor triggers by playing a Force of Negation. I guess I should theoretically... Well, I don't know if they have a Wasteland yet, so I can't do that. I am going to see if the Cavern works by I am going to risk it for the Lotus here. If they have a Cavern, I lose on the spot, but I think I can't afford to counter the Lotus. This is how I feel. They are 1 short of their Chancellor. They have a I don't want that. They have a it's actually quite good in this matchup. 2 creatures, hard to attack and block against. If they have a Cavern, it's quite bad for me, but no Cavern. All right, so they're gonna play a Chancellor, and I'm gonna force it. It's a lot of mana. What are you playing? Just Chancellors off this? All right, I feel like I have navigated this game to a spot where I theoretically can win now. They have a Chancellor and an Unknown in their hand, and only 1 white source again. So, Cavern. I guess this will be Cavern on Cat. The nice part about are these things warriors at all? The other things? Are they soldiers? It's a bard. And this is a monk. And this is a soldier. Okay, perfect. So it's humans and cats. Not that bad, though. The fact that Lurrus is a cat and Ajani is a cat means that the Cavern has 2 distinct types that you can choose, and it's not too bad. I am happy I put away the Skull Clamp, but I would love a Skull Clamp right now. That being said, if my opponent plays initiative creature, I do have a nice attack. Flip the Ajani, make a thing every turn. Maybe not if it's a Seasoned Engineer, actually. It's not a great spot. Opponent's hand was kind of awkward, though, so maybe we have a chance. We haven't had any swords, no ponders yet. I think we've yet to cast an Ancestral, which is probably bad for us. Another Chrome Mox. We're going to Chrome Mox a Chancellor, though? Are we trying to get to Chancellor? Oh, we're trying to get to Chancellor. Wait, Chrome Moxing a Witch Enchanter. No, you still only have 2 white mana. Chrome Moxing a Witch Enchanter is probably worse than playing a Witch Enchanter tapped, but... Alright, so they are 1 white mana away from another Chancellor. And I am... mana away from doing anything. Not really mana away from doing anything. I just can't do anything. They lost a flip, 11. Did they hit the white source? They did not hit the white source, and they didn't want to go another turn either. I was not drawing very much here. Those would have been decent, though. Okay. So on the draw, I think the Spell Pierce is worse than the negation. So we'll just swap that out. Yeah, I think I would like the option to have like 2 more removal spells. If they have to be dismembered, then so be it. But maybe like Get Lost or something. Something with a little more versatility. What does Get Lost read? We have actually we don't have that many Moxen, but Get Lost is destroy target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. It doesn't hit artifacts, but it does kill Saga. I mean, maybe the answer is just like March of the Otherworldly Light. Don't know. Get Lost could be interesting though. That one I could at least like theoretically keep in against. I guess I can't really keep that in against. I can't really keep that in against Lurrus combo. I would like a removal spell that I could keep in against Lurrus combo that still had utility. Maybe the answer is March of the Otherworldly Light then. I guess Prismatic Ending. I don't have any Prismatic Endings, but this is not the best Prismatic Ending deck because I'm not going to get up to 3 very often. Almost ever. All right, 6 card keep from the opponent with a Chrome Mox. I think a Chrome Mox just has to immediately get countered. I'm not going to give my opponent a white source if I can help it. And then I'm going to start with a Wasteland. Ancient Tomb, all right. Wasteland was a good call. This is going to have to be a Cavern on Cat, and then get a blue-white source. Hopefully they don't have another white land. That would be bad. No, they have a Strip Mine, though. All right, I will cycle into a Tundra. I don't really like Island here. Oh, wow. Mox is a crazy good draw. I'm going to definitely deploy the creature now. That way, if they do play an initiative creature this turn, I actually have a way to fight back. All right, they don't have any more lands. We got them. Yeah, I think I made good choices and what I chose to counter here. See how this plays out, though. Game is not won by any stretch. I'm definitely going to consign that. Now we're at 5 cards in yard. Fetch would be good. Force is fine. Still short on Treasure Cruise. Attacking for 3. In hard casted days. What is this? 2 mana Chalice on 1. I will hard cast a daze on that. Now I can cast Cruise. All right, I've efficiently tempoed my opponent in this game. Woof. The beats. And I have 3 swords left over here. That's an interesting draw, too. Actually wins the game, right? This is 3 power. So this is 6 damage. Pretty sweet. Well, countered everything and won. Jeez. All right, on to round 3. On the play, have a cat. This seems acceptable. Hopefully Wasteland's really good here. Interesting. So, yeah, you got a Black Lotus. What can you do off your Black Lotus is the question. Mana Vault. All right, well, now they have about 1 million mana here. Do you have a Jewel, or do you have, like, Raker stuff? Karn. Do we care about Karn? I should probably just counter Karn. Double Tutor. Hopefully they play, like, a Flesh Raker here. That'd be pretty good for me. Doesn't look like that's what's happening. All right, well, let's get the archive. The archive is so good. Ugh. Show me like a creature maybe? A ponder. Ponder is acceptable. Let's ponder. Well, I don't want that, so thanks, ponder. Okay. I have to hope nothing bad happens on this turn, like workshop jewel, but I really didn't want to counter Karn, but it feels like I just have to because I can't pressure it. I don't have a creature, so they just get this tutor for like something and then another thing. Okay, it is jewel. You have a ring? Really? Wow, it's so bad for me. Okay, I guess I just lose then. My opponent had infinite mana and 2 payoffs. It's very frustrating, but that's jewel. I just didn't have enough blue cards. Yeah. If I fetch, I have 5 cards in my yard. I guess I just have to strip mine again. Hope I can put them off for a while. If I had not countered Karn, maybe that was the play. Maybe the play was not counter Karn. I don't know what's in a jewel sideboard anymore, though. Mox. And workshop, sure. Not dead yet. Lavinia. I could actually be really good here. They have to get rid of this ring or they'll die. I guess it could also backfire in that my opponent could copy it, but then I have a swords. Does Lavinia save me here? I mean, it certainly turns off a lot of their spells. They are losing life very quickly. Multiple life every turn. They have drawn 1,000,000 mana though. I mean, the 2 wastelands might be enough. Or 1,000,000 cards, I should say. All right, 2 lands. You have a creature, Metamorph, I assume. Vexing Bauble. All right, well, Vexing Bauble does turn off my force. 5 mana? What can they play with 5 mana? They have like a main deck Masticore. Oh, they have a Talon Gates phasing it out. I see. Wow. All right, they paid 4 mana and they phased out my guy. Vexing Bauble is preventing me from forcing, so, and Time Walk. Oh wait, then he phases back in though, right? I mean, I can't force. Oh, I doesn't phase back in because it's not my turn. Oh, wow. That is so bad for me. Wow, the one of Talon Gate's gonna get me like that? That's crazy. All right. I mean, it had to be a combination of Talon Gates and Vexing Bauble, so that's so unfortunate. I hate Jewel so much. Close though. It was close. I mean, we definitely would have won if we had another blue card instead of swords. The Lavinia did look good here, though. This is definitely one of the better Lavinia matchups. Ugh. Damn. I hate Jewel. Have I said that before? Have I ever talked about how I hate Jewel? Because I do. I assume this is how people feel playing against like paradoxical outcome, like a true paradoxical outcome deck. This must be how everyone else feels. Obviously, I could force something on the way back down, but my opponent has 19 cards, so there's really no point. The good news is that this matchup should be incredible. I have 4 null rods, 7 forces, seal of cleansing, 2 consigns, and a needle. Like this matchup, I can't fathom a matchup that gets better than this. I have to keep a bunch of these I have to keep a bunch of these swords in for their like pivot plan, but probably at least one of the swords out. I don't really like days here. Definitely don't need planes. I could theoretically even take out the island. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I'm going to though. Maybe I will. I'll take out the cavern actually. No, cavern seems good. Let's take out the island. Let's take out fetch land. Go down a little bit on mana. And then I definitely want to keep in some swords. The Johnny is probably not very good if I don't have anything for it. So I guess we'll just keep that. Try this. The reason you want to keep swords in is because a lot of times they pivot to like worm coils and masticores or whatever. This hand is not very good, but I think it's a keep. Looking to ponder Intuitive Force and then into a Null Rod after that. I mean, if I didn't have a cantrip, I wouldn't keep this hand for sure, but with cantrips, I feel like I should be keeping this hand. What's the chance? I have 7 forces in my deck. Yeah, force. I don't want to draw that swords exactly, but I guess I could shuffle it away with a ponder next turn. It's kind of awkward. I'll probably just time walk into a brainstorm and try to draw a fetch, right? Key. Oh, this seems like a reasonable mental misstep target. No, let's just ponder. Seal Lavinia swords. I really don't want to draw this swords, but I am okay with drawing. I mean, I have a brainstorm to fix this later, right? They're non-human. Saga, no. Oh, I guess my swords are gonna get put to use. Classic one of Saga gaming. I have the Seal of Cleansing though, right? I just don't have. Maybe I should have forced it and sealed of cleansing that thing. Oh, they don't even have the ability to make a construct. I see. You have force backup for this ring. I guess if they had force backup for the ring, it was pretty bad for me. This should definitely just be uncounterable Lavinia, though. I think the Saga going off is fine. I was kind of worried about constructs, and now I guess I'm not. I could have played Seal of Cleansing and killed the Saga there, but then if they follow up with a One Ring, it's really bad. Here, they're losing a land, though, so they can't follow up with any powerful One Rings. Jewels. Unless they have the Talon Gates again. All right, so they can cast Jewel no matter what. Should we risk the brainstorm? Kind of want to. Could be foolish. Could be very smart. I have all 3 of my. Oh, I have 3 of my. I guess I have 4 Swords of Plowshares, right? Let's get this Null Rod in play now. I cannot cast Lurrus. Obviously, they could have a Hull Breacher there, but okay, I should probably play around the Hull Breacher there, just because I have the swords. So I should probably play around Hull Breacher. It's a possibility. All right. That's exactly how I expect this matchup to go. It was a little dicey around the edges. I did cut a bunch of lands from my deck, and then okay, look at that. I like that a lot. This is perfect. I mean, it might not be enough. Opponent kept 7 cards, Workshop Lotus, but Metamorph as another Lotus, sure. Okay, I don't really understand that, but may your Lotuses always chip? Wait, no. May you get Null Rodded? Jewel is dumb. I hate that Jewel exists. I wish that Jewel did not exist. It's just a sideboard check. It feels like I'm playing classic Modern where you didn't really actually play a match. You just made sure you had a card in your sideboard and you drew your sideboard cards. Like, that's what it feels like to me when I play Jewel and play against Jewel. But hey, everyone likes Magic in different ways. I'll take my free wins for registering Null Rod, though. It is what it is. All right, we continue. Round 4 on the play with a cat. Oh, wait, no, I'm not on the play. I'm on the draw. Bad sign. Oh, but they have a cat too, so everything's fine. Right. Ooh, this is a spicy hand for a Lurrus mirror. Okay. Please don't bobble me. God, please don't bobble me. Thank you. Don't ancestral on my upkeep either. Okay. So I don't know. Show me your secrets. My opponent's hand is Stock Up, Swords, Wasteland, Island. Okay. I mean, we're about to run them over here. What I'm going to do is Wasteland this stupid thing. And then I'm going to go Black Lotus. Oxjet. White mana. Voice of Victory. Skull Clamp. And equip. This does not hold up Flusterstorm if my opponent rips a white source off the top. All right, I think that means we're about to go off. So first I get in an attack for 4. Wait, this is perfect. I can't do anything about this on my turn. Wait, when do these go? Yeah, beginning of the next end step. Okay. Oh, I almost thought they went away at the end of the combat step. That would have been very embarrassing for me. All right, I will Skull Clamp this thing and draw 2 cards. Oh, we're doing it. Oh my lord, we are absolutely doing it. I think I would rather draw 2 than hold open Flusterstorm. Let's go get basic island. I guess I can't get basic planes off of these. Let's get basic planes. All right, I'm up to 7 cards now, and I drew Force. Beautiful. All right. Okay, wait a second. We did it, man. Oh, right. Oh, okay. This, maybe we do need more skull clamps. So the initial list had 2 skull clamps, and I was like, 2 is a lot of skull clamps. Maybe we do need 2 skull clamps. Demonic Tutor is fine. Okay with Demonic Tutor. Definitely want to hold up Flusterstorm next turn, though. Maybe draw less cards. We'll see. Oh, they DT'd for a sword, a pearl to swords it, but I have a force, so don't need a ponder anymore. I got skull clamps. Oh, they got force backup. All right, the game lives. They still have stock up too. Swords, Island, Wasteland, stock up. Okay, you got me. Dude down. Does mean I can't cruise, I guess. I definitely need to be able to hit. I definitely need to be able to hit this stock up. I guess I could buy Lurrus instead, but that's fine. Yeah. Taxing Probe's a little cheating. Just a little cheating. I mean, my Skull Clamp drew me 4 cards, so I am pretty happy about how this has gone. Now, can I convert? I do have a Lurrus and a Lotus and a Treasure Cruise, and things are looking nice. I do want to stop drawing lands at some point, though. Okay, leave my Lotus. A negation and a misstep. All right, oh, no, it's not great. It's not great. Also, I drew my last fetchable. I have all my fetchables. This fetch is dead. Yeah, that's definitely getting negated. They should probably Wasteland, yeah. All right, so they have 1 card in a Lurrus that they haven't gotten yet. Let's... I have my Black Jet, so... Let's mill over a card. Force looks pretty bad from here. I guess I can hardcast Force. I guess we'll keep that on top. As long as they don't have another removal spell. I do have so many dead lands in my hand. They drew swords? What? All right. Okay, gonna buy Lurrus? I assume. Wow, I'm in trouble. Actually, I have Force, but they have stock ups in their deck. Like, it's pretty bad for me. Okay. So they have Lurrus. That's not good. They're not gonna cast it? All right, Lavinia is interesting. Let's name human here. Blue, white, Lavinia. If I get wastelanded, I can still equip this. All right, all right. I have a card at least. I can't pay for Fluster here, though, if I equip. So maybe I'm not supposed to equip. Yeah. So maybe I'm not supposed to equip so I can pay for Fluster. I guess if I get wastelanded, I can't pay for Fluster anyways, right? So. All right, one card off the top. What do you got? Frog? Okay. Yeah. Frog is good. I drew another land. This is crazy. It's actually crazy that I have just drawn so many lands. All right. I might lose this game. I didn't think I could possibly lose this game, but I don't understand. What is this? A swords? Oh, it's a bowmaster. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Okay. 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 That's at least something good here. All right. So now I play a Taigam. And then I swords the frog. And in 4 turns, I kill the orc army. I mean, I have to swords the frog. All right. I still think I'm probably supposed to equip, though. If they want to trade my bowmaster, that's fine. All right, I have a swords on 4. I win! Why? We're conceding to that after all of this? I don't understand, man. Oh, that would have been really good. Maybe it wouldn't have been really good. Kills this, shoots this, draws 2. I mean, that would have been really good. I mean, oof, man, the fact that that game was even close is crazy. I drew 4 cards off a Skull Clamp. My opponent feel like they hit the swords at every possible moment. All right, I don't have any more swords. I do like an idea of a Soul Guide Lantern here, though. And a Flusterstorm seems alright. I've never really liked Negation in this matchup, but I might not have enough cards to bring in. Good Needle Frog, but it doesn't seem very good. I mean, is Daze it? Daze seems fine, actually. All right, I will leave 1 negation in, and I will bring in Soul Guide Flusterstorm. We're basically pre-boarded here, so. I will say that this list could definitely be Esper and play its own Bowmasters. I just chose to be very concisely blue-white with multiple lands and the ability to play my spells better. I could absolutely play Bowmasters here of my own. What the heck is this, man? What is this? I mean, I think it's a keep in the mirror, right? I mean, I don't have a swords at the moment, but... Oh... I guess I can't wasteland them now, so maybe I'm dead to a everything, and it's bad for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm over evaluating like how good lands are in this matchup, but they feel very important. But I guess if they run away with a frog, then they're not very important, right? So like I have the ability to get both of my basics. Getting Bowmastered, I guess. It's fine. I'm gonna get a Meticulous Archive. I'm gonna keep a dig. And I'll go get the basic planes. I'm gonna play a Lavinia. Oh, that's it. Okay, here comes the Bowman. What was it, swords? I have a misstep for swords. You have a fluster? Spell pierce? No? Okay, that's pretty good. That's fine. Wait, was that strip mine? Okay, I like that. My non-basic got strip mine, so I'm gonna be able to keep both my basics in this game. That makes me pretty happy. But if they have a frog follow-up, it's not great for me. It is a frog. If I can draw swords, I am in great spot. I drew a Flusterstorm. I really wanted it to be a swords. I can't really afford to wasteland here. I need to start building towards dig through time. The frog might be a problem if I can't find one of my 4 swords. I do think that the combination of Frog and Bowmaster might be annoying for a deck like this, especially if I'm trying to Skull Clamp. You might just have to play your own 4 Bowmaster. That's so annoying. I hate that I have to do that in a controlling deck, but it might just be the case. A second Frog. Wow, that is a problem. That is a huge problem. That means I'm probably going to have to just get my dig through time. I think I'm just gonna have to cast my dig through time into a possible spell pierce. They didn't have it before, but I don't think I have a choice anymore. Don't have enough time. Obviously, they can't force this, but if they have spell pierce or flusterstorm, I just lose on the spot. But I don't have enough time to find another blue source, so I found a swords and I found a Johnny and a Taigam. I don't think I want to do the Taigam here because I might just take a force so that I can snap swords again. I think I just wanted to guarantee that I get rid of both. I mean, I might just be falling too far behind if I'm doing this, though, right? But I'm pretty far from Cruz. And Nikado is only going to work if these things can't get jumped. But they might not be able to. That's kind of unfortunate, yeah. Maybe I do need to bring a Needle for Frog. That'd be kind of awkward, wouldn't it? All right, I'm going to take Force and Swords and be relatively unhappy about it. And then I'm going to Swords one of these frogs right now. While I know they don't have a Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm. If they daze me, then it gets countered by Lavinia, so. Looks like they have a daze. I don't think the 2 damage matters, but I think making them pitch a card and to jump the frog matters. Oh, they have a Brainstorm. Okay. Maybe I don't need to get a force here to make sure my snap swords resolves because I have a flusterstorm, but I can just see ways that that doesn't go well for me. What is paying costs here doing? Prismatic ending on my guy. Yeah, I think that's fine. I could force, but I should be covered anyways, so. Oh, I see. All right, well, I'll force this. I hope they don't have. I guess they got a hard cast negation off this Lotus now. Jeez, I couldn't have gone worse for me. They would have resolved an ancestral anyways if I had kept my thing in play. But maybe I should just kept my thing in play. My bad. Let's lead this with Time Walk. Buying Lurrus. Maybe I played this game poorly here. Could see it. So if I play Lurrus, I can't snap swords right now. I mean, this runs into another negation, but waiting isn't really helping me. Sucks so much. I feel like I played badly, but I also feel like I got so outdrawn, it's crazy. But they also got a bunch of frog hits in, so. Yeah, they just have the mental misstep now. Okay, well, I think I'm dead then. They've also drawn 3 frogs. It's not good for me. I don't want to concede because I can still, of course, draw Ancestral like my opponent and get the comeback. But I think it's not gonna happen here. I mean, this is just like very classic blue mirror. Not thrilled about this. Yeah, I need to draw Ancestral right now, and it has to resolve, and then it has to be good. I've drawn Triple Wasteland. I think that's enough to make me quit. I'm getting hit by 2 frogs every turn, so like, what am I supposed to do here? I'm down 7 cards at the moment. 5 cards? Only 5 cards, actually. I resolved a dig in this game, right? And I lost. It's not a great sign. Also, if my opponent just like simply has a Bowmaster, I can't really battle that. Maybe I needed to kill black sources. I'm just gonna play a Lurrus and bring back a ball. Okay, yeah, okay. All right. I've been beaten. Does that make me change any of my evaluations? Not really. I still don't think I want a needle versus that. And also still don't think I want negation in my deck. The fact that they got us on a negation is just a little annoying, but I feel like it's not good. I know a lot of times they don't have enough cards to board out though, so it's not like they're keeping in negation because they think it's great. They're probably just keeping in negation because they don't have enough cards to take out. Okay, I'm going to be on the play. I have a yes. I have a cat. Give me something good. Have I resolved the Ancestral yet? That's what I'm thinking. I haven't resolved the Ancestral Recall yet. That might not be true. But, ooh, all right, okay. This hand does a little something, but it doesn't have a... What it doesn't have is it doesn't have a cantrip in it. This does look like a basic island Taigam opportunity, though. I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard to trigger this Taigam here because I don't actually have any spells. If I draw an Ancestral, I think that's like the best possible one. Because an Ancestral would be, I can counter their spell and then do the Taigam on an Ancestral. That would be the best. Got a 2-for-1 there. Daze into Force. Let's see what else they've got for us. Our deck doesn't seem like it has enough ways to use our Lurrus too, which is a little annoying. Ancestral. Mental misstep. Wish you had your Force back? I bet you did. I bet you do. Sapphire. All right, I will... Oh, so do I hold the Sapphire so I can get a Taigam opportunity, or do I just buy a Lurrus? I think I'll hold it. Also lets me hold up Flusterstorm. Because now if I draw Ponder, I can Taigam it, so that seems good for me. All right, well, I'm not doing that. I mean, what spell could they possibly play at this point? Obviously, I can get Wastelanded here, but that would like put them back pretty far. It's fine. Oh, okay. Saga Gaming. Flusterstorm. Do I want to hold open? Yeah, I probably do. Wait, do I get a second Lurrus? I guess I do, huh? Wait, I didn't really think about that. So even if they were to counter this Lurrus or remove it, I'm going to get another one in 4 turns? Whoa. Wicked. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's not very good, but it's pretty cool. I'm currently not beating a Saga tokens, though, right? Also, I have Fluster. Oh, no, they don't have enough lands because they wastelanded me. Got them. All right, my Lurrus is 3 turns away from suspending. Oh, also get wastelanded. Oh, my turn to draw like a god. Let's go. Wait, are we going to trophy with this garbage pile? We might. All right, not feature match. Trophy match. On the draw, 5-0 with a cat. Not like this. Oh, it's another cat. It's another cat. It's acceptable. It's acceptable, I think. Oh, man. This has been an adventure. I don't feel like my deck is good. I don't feel like my deck has done powerful things, except for the one time where I drew 4 lands off of the Skull Clamp. Actually, I'm just not sure. I did draw the Force off the Skull Clamp. I just drew a lot of lands after. I'm just not getting good vibes, you know? Sometimes you 5-0 and you're like, this deck is terrible. And sometimes you 0-5, you're like, this deck is still pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It just didn't work out. Mox Emerald is not a good sign. That means combo. And I don't have the stuff to beat the combo at the moment. It's a basic island. It's a volcanic island. Okay. All right. Well, I can deal with that. Volcanic island, no problem. What's my best draw? Skull Clamp. I swear to God, you ancestral me, Dr. Doom 894. I will be very upset with you. Very upset. Still looking for my ancestral hands. I'd love them to exist. No. Okay, another wasteland. That's a lot of wastelands. All right, I will wasteland your volcanic island. Surely, oh, brainstorm. I see. So surely we can go to second main, but no, we got a brainstorm. Okay. Maybe they brainstorm lock themselves and never get another blue land. Could happen. All right, I have a Mox Pearl. I have a Mox Sapphire. I swear to God, if you mind break trap me, I will be upset. All right, I got a cat. I don't have a Skull Clamp. Maybe I do need 2 Skull Clamps in this deck. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking I didn't want 2 Skull Clamps because I only have 4 of my creatures are good with Skull Clamp, right? I have a Johnny and I have Voice of Victory, and only when Voice of Victory attacks. The other creatures, it's not actually good with Skull Clamp. But maybe that's a good reason to have 2 Skull Clamps, because if you have 2 Skull Clamps, then you can actually kill off Lavinias and stuff. There's no way my opponent brainstorm locked themselves, right? Okay, they did not. Oh, no, I'm just dead. Oh, no, I'm just dead. Please, mercy. Demonic Tutor, Lotus, Breach, Brain Freeze. I definitely wanted to draw a blue card there. My blues are good, right? My blue count's 8, 11. Yeah, it's got to be great. 8, 11, 16, 18, 20, 6. It's very high. But no blue card. All right, pass the turn is happening. I love a blue card, probably. That's a blue card. That's acceptable. All right, I will wasteland you again. Black. Vampiric Tutor. I'm going to let that resolve and hope my force is enough here. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. It might not be. But they're surely going to go Underworld Breach here and just go for the win. Actually, I don't know if that goes for the win. If you get Underworld Breach here, you actually don't have different colors of mana. You can't... This isn't Demonic Tutor. So maybe they just have to go for Ancestral. Or unless they have a Gifts right now. I guess they wouldn't have a Gifts if they just cast Vampiric. I'm just saying words, you know? I don't even have to be correct. They know they're getting wastelanded. They could go like Talarian Academy here and then buy and play Lurrus. That'd be pretty sick. They still have 3 cards. I'm really worried my opponent has like a force backup, but we'll see. Now, what'd you end up going for? Breach, Talarian, Ancestral. What's the plan? I got the Moxen advantage, so. What is the plan? All right, it looks like Ancestral. All right, I will force Ancestral. Got it. All right, what do you have left in the tank? Buy Lurrus. Okay. Buy Lurrus, go. Okay. I'm in for that. I'll also buy my cat. Attack for 3. 3 is a good number. I like that. 4 turns. Done. All right. Wasteland wins. I mean, I feel like I'm just scamming wins with Wasteland, but maybe that's just the whole point. Maybe that's the powerful vintage thing you're doing in this deck is you're playing Wasteland. I hate Wasteland. It's so... Ugh. I don't like Wasteland. I'm going to bring in the Seal of Cleansing and the Flusterstorm, the Soul Guide Lantern, and the Null Rods. And then I'm going to take out Skull Clamp, Basic Planes, one of the fetches again. I'm going to take out swords in a high quantity. Actually, all the swords. I think I don't want swords. So this does make me feel like I do need Caracas though. Because if I'm playing against Lurrus combo, I want to have an answer to that card. But again, that might just be Prismatic Ending, but I don't have enough. I don't have different colors, so I think Prismatic Ending's a little bad unless I'm black. So like maybe the answer is like Bowmasters and Esper and black and Prismatic Ending. Like I don't think this deck is well constructed is what I'm trying to say. That being said, now is my opening hand with Ancestral and Force and good stuff. Not exactly, but I don't think I'm mulliganing it, so. I've had some weird hands. No Ancestrals present. Black Lotus, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna go Island, Sapphire, Lotus. I will run right into Time Walk again. Sorry, right into Mindbreak Trap again. I do think I'm going to try to utilize my mana here and play a Lurrus. I guess I could just play Seal and Soul Guide Lantern. It's kind of interesting. And what am I drawing to? Flusterstorm in that case? I don't know. This no rod's a little awkward with my one artifact, or my two artifacts that come back. See how it plays out, though. I think the big thing I can draw to is Flusterstorm, right? So if I draw Flusterstorm as one of a two of, then I can replay Lurrus. I can play Lurrus with some backup ability here. Backup ability? Yeah. I can always sack this lantern too. I'd like to do stuff before null rotting, especially considering my opponent has not done anything yet. Strip mine. All right, I will strip mine you. Black. Let's go to the next phase. Oh, we have a Bowmaster? Did I judge my opponent's deck incorrectly? Or... Oh. Do they not have red? Are they some kind of Grixis control then? See. Maybe I should also crack Lantern there then. Huh. Oh, I might be in trouble then. Yeah, I probably should have just cracked Lantern there. It was a mistake. I didn't realize that I would be getting Bowmastered. That makes everything kind of bad for me, because I took out all my swords, right? Huh. Alright. Misplay from Justin. I kind of just thought... Yeah, I mean, I assumed too much here. I think I'm gonna die is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cast Ancestral and beat me. Yeah, I should have cracked the Lantern in response to the Bowmaster. Yep. Okay. I mean, I can't remove this, so don't think I can actually win, even though I drew Ancestral. I mean, let's just Ancestral anyways and see what happens. But, like, I don't think I can win because I don't actually have removal. They have Forced as well. Force, pitching, Force. Okay, I don't think I was ever winning this game. Alright. I mean, if their last card is Demonic Tutor Ancestral, then I'll just concede. I got heavily outplayed, and I have all the wrong cards. So, I mean, I'll keep in Lantern. Lantern's fine, but don't... I mean, they probably still have Breach, right? I don't know. I just don't know what's in their deck. Yeah, last card Ancestral. Jeez. I mean, they had triple force though. They have stock up, so maybe they just have a Bowmasters and Wheels in their deck. It's hard to concede from here though. I do need to see more, but I also I'm under. I need to get this done real quick. I'm just drawing. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to show them Null Rod, maybe. What am I playing against? It must just be, it could be just full Grixis control. It could be some kind of hybrid. Like, that's the thing with these Lurrus decks. You can be anywhere between control and combo. You can play Bowmasters in your PO deck if you really want to. Okay, so it's just full Grixis control. All right. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, so I horribly misboarded for this matchup. And I'm going to die. So I will concede, and we'll go to game 3. That's my fault. I didn't even consider that possibility. But Null Rod's coming back out. Clamp comes back in. Four Swords come back in. I don't know if I'm getting Wastelanded, though. But I might be. It's kind of hard to tell. But you like kind of want negation if they're on Breach, you know? Weird. So weird. Keep the Lantern in for sure. I'll board out one negation at least. And maybe I'll still board out a land. I don't know. If I'm not getting Wasteland, I don't want all these lands. But if I am getting Wasteland, I do want all these lands. Well, I got Strip Mine in game 1, right? But it doesn't tell me if there's a Wasteland or not. Man, that's so hard to judge how I'm supposed to play this then. Well, I threw that game away though, so That hand is so awkward. I mean, I have my mocks. I have so many lands in my deck. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. I can understand if someone does not want to keep this hand, but it's hard to put this one away for me. I really want to hit my white land source. Jeez. Also, where's my ancestral, man? Help! Help! I think maybe I mean maybe I just need a mulligan, but I feel like I'm not being helped by my deck. Though I did throw away a game for free by boarding like an idiot, so you never know. How many people are playing Grixis Control? That's a cool card to draw, though. Cat. You know, playing Grixis Control? Come on now. All right, uncounterable Ajani. That was a really good draw. Next turn, I can play another uncounterable Ajani and flip an Ajani. I hope. We'll see. Maybe I'm just going to get breach killed now after all of that nonsense. Are we getting Undercity Sewers, I assume? Or are we trying to cast like a vamp at the end of turn? Oh, Volcanic Island. Blue. Lorien revealed. Okay. Okay. I'm still not very optimistic about this game for what it's worth. Volcanic Island again. Okay. Do it. Cast a Lorien revealed. I dare you. You don't have Ancestral. Oh. Frog. Okay. Frog. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. Is my Ajani enough to beat a frog? Somehow I feel like the answer is no. I have 4 swords, but I also don't have backup. Okay, let's think about this. If I need to ponder, if I need a daze, let's do this now. Let's do this ponder. I'm going to attack with the cat token. Let's see. So Voice of Victory would be a red creatures, but I also don't have a white source, but I have an ancestral. All right. I'm going to keep these cards, and I'm going to go grab the Force now, and I have an Ancestral. Play a little bit of a longer game, which I don't have time for. First, we're going to get in and attack with our Cat Warrior token. If they want to pitch a card to kill this and flip my Ajani, I think that's acceptable. Most likely, they're going to take it. All right, so I will play another Ajani. I guess these frogs are just going to kill my Ajani. Oh, well. I'm going to keep this Ajani. And then I'm going to flip my Ajani. And then, am I going to plus my Ajani? That might even be better. Yeah, let's plus the Ajani. And then I'm going to wasteland one of this lands away. Okay. Okay. Frogs versus cats. They still draw when they hit planeswalkers, huh? Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I need this Ancestral to be good, though. I also don't want to daze right now, because I don't want to have to replay a land, because I want to be able to play, like, draw into white land and play Voice. I mean, Voice might not even be good enough here. I just might need all the swords. This is so close to being good, but just 2 frogs was so bad for me. I don't know. All right, that's going out of Johnny. And are we like flying and throwing 4 counters on the frog, or like what's the plan, Chan? Chan? What's the plan, Stan? 2 frogs out of Johnny. Okay, so to save a frog, they would have to pitch. So they are on breach. All right. Are they just going to hop both frogs and pitch? Okay. I can eventually. There's what? There's swords in this deck? So they're on 4-color control with breach? No wonder I had no idea. All right, so they threw away all the cards except for 1 and flipped both the frogs into the air, killing the Ajani. Drawing 2. I mean, that's insane. That's really bad for me. Like, I need to draw swords to win this game, but I also need to... I mean, it's bad. Everything is bad. All right, I need to cast this Ancestral now, and it has to be very good for me. They have Bowmaster? All right, I will daze your Bowmaster. Draw 3. Taigam. Sapphire. This lets me snap Ancestral, though, doesn't it? I think that's better. Is 2 Ancestrals enough? The age-old question. No, I have no swords. All right. Tempo, baby. At some point, they're going to have to hold things back. But they are drawing like just as many, if not more cards than my Ancestral Snap Ancestral here. I just need swords. This is what I'm saying. I might just need more swords in my deck. Oh, both into the face? Okay. Oh, I will definitely chump 1 here. That's for sure. You're not going to hop, then you can draw 1. So I could go Taigam, Voice of Victory. Yeah, guess so. They're also almost dead. They'll like die to a Time Walk here as well. They're at 9 now. It's kind of precarious. Is this a tempo win? Jet. Pedal. Am I getting Brain Freeze comboed? Oh, if I get Breach comboed at the end of all of this, I'd be so sad. Maybe they'll buy Lurrus, I guess. Time Walk is my winning card here. Frog doesn't really play well with Breach, huh? I feel like I want to brainstorm before even doing any Taigam stuff. I also want a Wasteland. Man, I don't know what the right play is. I also don't have enough time here. I gotta go do something. I mean, the simplest play is play Taigam, play Voice of Victory, hold open, force Spell Pierce, right? Let's attack. Getting pyroblasted. I think that's acceptable. I don't think that matters, so. This is lethal. This is three power attackers. Very close to winning this game. I have 4 Spell Pierce still. They probably have to attack to draw cards. This swords off of Lotus Petal is sick work. Sick work. Swords off of Lotus Petal. I didn't see a Tundra in any of the first 2 games. That's crazy. That's wild. People have no respect for mana. Buy Lurrus. Wait, what? Oh, buy Lurrus pass? You know this does 3 damage, right? I don't think they know it does 3 damage. All right, we got there. Mobilize 2, baby. Take 3. Let's go! Woo! That's a trophy. Okay, let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of post analysis here. It was a 5-0, but it was a pretty bad 5-0 in my opinion. I felt like the deck was not very good. We cheesed a couple wins. Taigam was definitely not a playable card here, so that's a first to go. I don't really like how we deal with Bowmaster, so I think it's just required to play our own 4 Bowmasters. I'm going to up the Skull Clamp count to 2, and then I have to do something about this mana base. It's going to be quite awful. I don't know. Something like Underground Seas. It's like 2. I mean, I'm just like putting cards here. People are gonna have to figure it out themselves because I'm not gonna do it. It's gonna end up looking like the old 4-color Ajani Skull Clamp deck, probably. I'm not exactly sure like what cards you have to end up cutting to make this work, but you're gonna have to do a bunch of cutting to make this work. But with this, you do get to like end up with a prismatic ending and a bunch of different colors. So I like that a lot. Yeah, so I just think that your draw engine is too susceptible to Bowmaster, and also the draw engine is not good enough. I would like to like add a 3rd Ajani and 2 Skull Clamps and 4 Bowmaster. It's gonna make the mana base a ton worse. I don't know exactly where that leaves the mana base. You're gonna have to play around with how that looks. But yeah, it's probably should be Esper. That would also let you do something like play a Momentum Breaker as your 1 removal spell. I mean, no, I think Prismatic Ending might be better, but you could always play like Momentum Breaker as your 1 removal spell that you can leave in versus Lurrus combo. You probably end up in a place where you have getting too close to too many creatures. You might have to do some shaving some places here. So yeah, I think there's a lot of changes you have to make this deck a lot better because I 5-0'd, but I don't feel like it was very good. That being said, obviously Taigam was terrible, but Voice of Victory looked pretty good. Attacking for 3 is a big deal. Making 1/1s is a big deal. 1/1s that get Skull Clamped is important. 1/1s that are red for Ajani, flip Ajani is actually quite reasonable. So I think there's some pretty good uses of doing like Ajani stuff. Though you'd have to start arguing whether playing Voice of Victories and Ajanis and stuff is better than playing Frogs, and that's kind of a hard argument to make, right? But if you do enjoy this kind of gameplay, I think there's some power here. I'm going to keep an eye on Voice of Victory, and we'll definitely do some more brewing with it, because of the 2 cards that we tried today between Taigam and Voice of Victory was the one that impressed the most. That being said, like we 5-0'd this league without casting very many Ancestrals. I don't feel like we high rolled very hard. The 1 Cavern actually was quite good. It was actually quite good on Cat multiple times, but also decent on Human. I think we could cheese a bunch of wins with Wastelands and Null Rods, which is par for the course. So obviously this is not the build I would suggest, but I think you should take the lessons learned during this league and take them into account when you do a build it yourself. I would not not recommend playing the exact 75 that I trophied with. I know a bunch of people are going to see the list and copy it and play it, and I feel bad for those people. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. A nice little off-stream 5-0. Life is a lot easier without Twitch chat, I must say. More vintage content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.